do a trick, and it's just an everyday average trick, and they can do it so good that it makes you just want to go out and skate.
Somebody who looks completely natural at what they're doing. If they look totally at home with it, if it looks like they were born doing it, that's style.
It has more to do with skateboarding than the tricks. It's how you're actually doing the trick that counts.
Everybody has style, everyone.
What is it? Who has it? Why does it matter? Some people call it grace under pressure, or making the impossible look easy. Whether in a pool, parking lot, half-pipe, or the street, style comes through in action, body, and soul.
Style is everything, like the way that your arms are before you do a trick, the way that they are during your trick, and the way that they are after a trick. The way that your body twists, your legs, like, it's something that someone tells you at first, you know, and then you sort of notice like kind of what they're talking about. Just the way that a person moves or how they make a trick look that's just a lot better than, you know, the 100 other guys who can do the same trick.
The foundation of skate style emulated surf moves.
You wanted to be part of the earth, you know? You wanted to feel it, you wanted to touch it and know what's going on around you.
Early pioneers enjoyed the freedom of carving and pumping for speed.
But I also looked up to, you know, Stacy and Tony and Jay and all those dudes big time. I think that shit Jay Adams doing on the flat ground at that contest is just mind-blowing. It's like, what? It's too insane. It's just so amazing.
And you gotta remember back when we first started all this, there really wasn't that many tricks. So style was like a big deal. It was the style that set you apart from all the other people. And it all depends where you came from too, and the terrain I think you rode originally. The Dogtown guys were lucky because they had rich homes they were hitting, Hollywood, Bel Air. They had huge pools to learn. I learned more or less in medium, smaller pools. And I think those pools kind of related to what the parks built. You know, like Del Mar was really mellow, no vert, so the guys kind of learned more tricks as opposed to going fast and more style. The guys in Upland who learned in the combi and the pipe, Chris Miller, my little brother, Chris Robinson, learned on mass vert. You had to go so fast and big in order to do what you had to do at Pipeline. So every pocket learned differently. And when you got to the contest, the style that you had set you apart from all the others.
I mean, the whole Veriflex thing and the Veribots and all that stuff was like, they were a little more jock in a way. And then there was like the Santa Cruz guys, which was Dwayne Peters, Steve Alba, Mickey Alba.
Punk rock guys against like the robotic guys that we thought just rode the pool back and forth and just did a trick and like did a setup and then he'd do a frontside grind. And we're spitting on these guys and they're like, we're brawling in a parking lot.
And all about attitude too.
Emphasis on different styles pinnacled in the 80s with the media-made rivalry between Tony Hawk and Christian Hosoi.
Like Christian Hosoi, I mean, that guy looks like he was born on a skateboard, hands down. You know, one of the best amazing styles ever, but so graceful and so natural. Nothing forced, nothing contrived, and just really amazing. You know, the guy could do a backside air and we'd just be like in heaven. And, you know, someone else could do a 7,000 McFlingle and you're like, ugh.
Vert's confidence and attitude soon affected street skating.
As a kid, it was fun to watch Tommy Guerrero like skate down hills and hopping and bouncing and sliding and grinding and just pumping off stuff like he was always moving.
He just was flowing too, man. He was flowing, but it was like he was fast and like he had tight movements. He had snap, you know, and it was like charisma. He had like spark, you know. It was like you could just tell he was on, you know, and he was always hype. He was like he just had energy.
There's a lot of good people out there with good styles. I could name a list that would take it forever for me to go through. But, you know, like Jason Lee and Mark Gonzalez.
Mark Gonzalez and Nadas.
They didn't have to do anything insanely hard, but it was just something about the way that they moved that made you want to go skating.
Brian Lottie, Jovante, Mike Carroll, Rick Howard.
I just have this idea in my head of style. I'm always thinking like Javante, Jason Lee, Brian Lottie, you know, like Rick Howard, you know.
Chris Miller, for sure, like, he did these alley-oop crossbone airs that were just insane. And then, like, Mike Frazier was pretty tough. Frazier was just so gnarly that it was just like, it just like looked like it was just, he's just gonna break something, you know what I mean? It was insane. I like to watch Frazier.
Danny and Colin, like Danny Way skates vert, just the way that his arms are and like just the certain tricks he does, the way he does a backside air.
Kids who came up watching the H Street videos and other early tech street videos became fascinated with technical street innovations to the point of excluding everything else. And without a solid foundation of the past, the early importance of style was lost.